Well, we're going to talk about what a reasonable investigation means first. Doing that, we're going to look at case law. We're going to look at the ACAS Code of Practice, disciplinary and grievance procedures as well. We're then going to think through that whole process of investigation, starting off with the question of, should we suspend an employee whilst the investigation is taking place? And then also thinking about the role of the investigating officer and just thinking about something about the process there. We're then going to think specifically about witnesses, which can be a difficult part of the process, particularly if witnesses don't want to get involved. And so we'll think about how to manage that. And there's a practical reason. While the employee is suspended on pay, you're paying the employee and they're not doing any work. So there's that practical issue that you want the employee to be working if you're paying them. But there's also that almost moral issue around the employee that this is a horrible process. And even if the employee has done something that they really shouldn't have done, it's still a horrible process to be on the receiving end of the disciplinary procedure. So let's keep it short, because it's just not a nice thing to be going through. And bearing in mind as well that our investigation could conclude that the employee hasn't done anything, and therefore to have been suspended for a period of time is even more uncomfortable. There is no right to a representation for a witness because they're not undergoing a meeting that could lead in a formal disciplinary sanction, and we're not in a grievance situation. But if a witness is particularly nervous or anxious, you may think that allowing them to have somebody to come along with them would be a good idea. But if you do that, set the parameters for what that person can do. You might say, look, moral support of being in the room, absolutely fine, but you're not allowed to speak. You're not allowed to ask questions. This is a representative. It's not allowed to speak. It's not allowed to ask questions. It's not allowed to answer any questions. You're just there as the security blanket for the witness who's feeling very nervous and anxious. And you could do that.